Alright guys, today we have more PlayStation news, rumors, and leaks to go over and discuss. Before we dive into today's topics, do me a favor and hit the like button to help the video out and show it your support. And if you are new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button as well. The first topic we're covering is a very exciting rumor regarding another Insomniac Games developed title that is not Spider-Man 2 and not Wolverine. Pretty shocking if this rumor turns out to be true, but there is actually some evidence that there is truth to this. So not only is the source who is claiming this actually reliable when it comes to PlayStation rumors and leaks, but there's actually a job listing that we covered not that long ago that seems to heavily imply this is a real thing that's happening. But we do have to understand it is still just a rumor, so we have to take it with a grain of salt. But this comes from the Xbox era co-founder Nick Baker, or some of you may know him as Special Nick on Twitter. Again, he's one of the only reliable sources when it comes to getting some inside information when it comes to the happenings inside of PlayStation and their studios. And he says, I've been told that there is a multiplayer Marvel game allegedly in the works that will probably be a PS5 exclusive. Between my source and I, we speculate that the studio possibly making the game is Insomniac Games. This is speculation. Now, it's worth noting he puts emphasis on the speculation, but it seems to me that the part about it being a multiplayer Marvel game is not speculation. Like, he's saying this is what I've been told, and he says it will probably be a PS5 exclusive. That part may or may not be speculation. He may have been told that as well. And because of that, he maybe put two and two together here and came to the conclusion with his source that it's probably Insomniac Games doing this. Now, there are a few reasons to believe why this may be true, or why Insomniac Games would in fact be the studio doing this. As I said, there was a job listing we covered a couple of months ago with a bunch of different open positions where Insomniac Games made it clear that, hey, we are hiring for a multiplayer game. Now, some of us were speculating that this could maybe be for Spider-Man 2, but if you go to the blog post in regards to Spider-Man 2, they explicitly state it is a single-player experience. Some people are saying maybe Wolverine will have multiplayer, and there's always the possibility that that could be what the job listing was for. But now that we're hearing this rumor of a third Marvel game that's in development, specifically a multiplayer game, it's starting to look like this may actually be a completely separate title. And if this is revealed anytime soon, it's going to just look insane. But I referred to Reddit, where we have Def Michael Scott, who actually provides a few other facts about Insomniac Games that may, kind of lend some credence to this rumor. He says, not sure if it's true or not, but here are some facts to support this. One, Insomniac does have at least 3 teams and have been producing 3 games simultaneously since Miles Morales started in April 2019. Insomniac has been hiring for a multiplayer game for the last few months now. They now are a 400+ studio and have 56 new job openings. That is completely insane. I've seen a lot of people say that at this point, in their eyes, Insomniac Games is easily the best studio underneath the PlayStation Studios banner, and it's hard to argue with that. You look at their output, you look at just how on point they've been. 400+ employees and developers, and with 56 new job openings. Honestly, you look at those statistics and the fact that they have been producing 3 games, you look at the job listing, it all kind of adds up here, right? And so you have to wonder, if this is true, when exactly will it be revealed? I think that's the part that, we really just, it's anybody's guess, right? It could be revealed at the next PlayStation event. It could be years away from a reveal, but yeah, I guess at this point, guys, you can let me know what you think about this rumor down below. Let me know if you think there's any truth to it, or is it something you're just not believing? Does it sound too unrealistic? I will definitely be interested to see what you guys have to say. The next topic in line has to do with Naughty Dog and how they have finally given us a update, albeit a very small update, on the development progress of the standalone Last of Us multiplayer game. And so this is reading from PlayStation Lifestyle. It says Naughty Dog has broken its silence on the Last of Us standalone multiplayer project, only to ask fans for more time. As part of the Last of Us Day 2021 celebrations, Naughty Dog penned a letter to fans reflecting upon Part 2's development, release, and reception. Communications executive Rochelle Snyder reassured fans that the studio is still working on the multiplayer project and will have more to share when it's ready. And so this is exactly what was said. In short, we're working on it. We see the community comments as many of you clamor for multiplayer and want updates. For now, we'll say that we love what the team is developing and want to give them time to build out their ambitious project. We'll reveal more when it's ready. To that end, we've been busy growing our team inside the kennel since The Last of Us Part 2 launched and are currently in full swing of hiring for multiplayer-related positions. Hint, hint. So if you or somebody you know qualifies for anything you see in our jobs page, apply. And it goes on to say elsewhere in the letter, Naughty Dog said that it's proud of the fact that The Last of Us 2 is now the most awarded game of all time. And so for me, this was pretty interesting to witness because for once I went into this, that being The Last of Us Day, with zero expectation, and the most expectation I had was maybe we'll get like a write-up from Naughty Dog giving us a small update on the progress of development, and that's essentially what we got here. Although even this was pretty, it's pretty scant when it comes to what they're actually letting us know and telling us. But it seems that quite a few people were very disappointed in the way that The Last of Us Day 2021 was handled. But as somebody who's been following how Naughty Dog does The Last of Us Day for a little while now, this seems like pretty much in line with what they do. They release some merch, basically just celebrating with the fans and communicating with the fans. I don't recall Naughty Dog ever having some type of major reveal on The Last of Us Day, or when it used to be called, Outbreak Day and whatnot. So to me, this is in line with what we expected. People are beginning to get a little bit frustrated because they feel that the time has kind of come and gone for Naughty Dog to actually reveal what this is. And what really concerns some fans is that even in this letter that they wrote for the fans, they're letting us know that we're still in full swing when it comes to hiring for multiplayer related positions. This has led people to think that this game is many years out, and I think that's actually a pretty valid concern. However, I do think that people need to understand that the individuals they're looking to hire now, like they make it sound like we're still on a hiring spree, while it does maybe make it sound like this game is super early in development, that might not necessarily be the case. This game has been in development, I think, for a little while now, and they could be, I don't want to say close to being finished with it, because they probably still have another year left, right? Maybe more than that, but they might be much further along than you might think. The reason why they need to hire so many people is because when this team right now at Naughty Dog that's working on this multiplayer game is finished with this game, they're all, or at least 90% of them, are going to move on to another title. This is a multiplayer service game. It's going to need to be maintained. There's going to have to be new content developed for it consistently and constantly. And it's just going to, it's a service game. It's going to need a development staff to run it and take care of it. And so the people that they're hiring now, I would assume, are likely a lot of the people who are going to be making more of the content that you're going to get once this game launches. I could be completely wrong about that, and that's just me looking at the glass half full, assuming that this game isn't like 3 to 4 years out. To me, that just seems ridiculous. It would be insane if that was the case. And so it's unfortunate that, people are becoming so impatient, but Naughty Dog, when it comes to quality, they always deliver, and there's a reason why they take their time. And so as somebody who's really looking forward to this, I'd much rather them take their time, make sure that they get it right. And when we do finally see it, I hope it lives up to our expectations. But I can also understand if you're a fan and you read this and you're feeling a little bit disappointed, like, man, I really thought we were going to get a little bit more than that. I think that's totally fair as well. It's worth noting, too, while talking about The Last of Us, we did get the first official image of the Last of Us HBO series. This was shown off yesterday, and it shows us both Joel and Ellie looking out into the distance into a field. And I gotta admit, when looking at this, it definitely evokes The Last of Us. Like, this looks like The Last of Us. It would have been nice to see what they look like, from the front. You can only really get so much from seeing their backs, but it looks pretty good. Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey you know, it's going to be interesting to see how they end up playing the characters and how the story unfolds. But with this image so far, as somebody who is a big fan of The Last of Us 1, I'm definitely liking what I'm seeing so far, and I'm definitely going to be tuning in to the first episode when it drops. So you guys can let me know down in the comments below what you think about this image. Moving on to the final topic of this video, we're covering a leak regarding October's PlayStation Plus lineup that comes from a source that correctly and accurately leaked September 2021's PlayStation lineup, that is Dia Labs. And they are claiming that for the PlayStation 4, we're looking at Mortal Kombat X and PGA Tour 2K 2021. And for PS5, we're going to be getting Hell Let Loose. And so this is reading from PlayStation Lifestyle, and it says, while Mortal Kombat X and PGA 2K 2021 need no introduction, Hell Let Loose is an upcoming World War II first-person shooter pegged for an October 5th launch following a PS5 beta. The game will feature over 9 maps, 50 versus 50 multiplayer, and 14 playable roles to choose from, among other features. So I have to admit, as you know, a shooter fan, that actually sounds really good, and I wasn't aware when I first came across this leak that this would mean the game's actually launching into PlayStation Plus. And the idea of, you know, a realistic World War II first-person shooter with 50 versus 50 multiplayer, that sounds very appealing to me. I'm sure it's not going to be for everybody, but that sounds like a pretty solid offering. The PS4 games, I mean, obviously there's going to be only so many people who are interested in PGA Tour, but Mortal Kombat X, that's a, you know, pretty solid title. I think PS4 users are going to be happy about that. But yeah, there you go. We can't say that this is definitively the game's lineup for PS Plus. We're going to learn just a couple days from now if this is accurate. But considering you know, they got September's lineup right, I think it's safe to say that they got October's lineup right as well. But yeah, I'm going to be interested to see if it turns out to be true. But that does it for the video, guys. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Leave it a like if you enjoyed it or found it informative. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share this video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.